One second. Okay. See, function means it's a group of statements that, that together perform a task. Okay. Suppose you are going to do one task. Okay. That task in programmatically you need to write some statements. Okay. For example, if you consider any small task, for example, addition of two numbers or finding the factorial of a given number. Okay. That is one task, right? That task, for to do that task, you are going to write some statements. Okay. All those statements you are writing in a single unit. Okay. For that, you are going to give one name. Okay. With that name, you are going to do the process. For example, finding the factorial of a given number. Okay. For that, I have given one name. For that, within that, by using that name, I'm just doing the task, finding the factorial of a given number. Okay. See, as of now, whatever the programs we did, in every program we have written one function. Okay. What is that function? It's a main function, right? Within the main, we are writing everything. Okay. As of now, we are not seeing any other functions. Only within the main function, you are writing everything. Okay. See, every C++ program at least consists one function, that is main function. Okay. It may have more than one functions also, but without main function, we cannot write any C++ code. Okay. Here, coming to types, we have two types generally. One is library functions, one is user-defined functions. Okay. Library functions means these are built-in functions. Built-in functions means which is already defined by the developers. Okay. Whenever you require, simply you can use those functions in your program. Okay. Like I said, right, in strings, we have used some functions like string concatenation, string,
Sir,
sorry, tell me. Any doubt? Someone asked you something, right?
I just wished.
Okay, okay. Just now you joined, right? Okay.
This connectivity issues I'm trying to join since so long, but it is not connecting only, sir,
It's not
due to
connecting.
some network
Sir,
issues.
from morning
Okay.
onwards, there was so
Yes,
much
Yeah.
sir.
problem with
So,
connectivity issues, sir. Many of the
s-
members were connecting until the class ended. They was not connected, sir. Somewhat server issue is there,
I
sir.
think it's from WebEx server, I think so. In the morning class also, some students are saying the
Maybe,
same.
sir. Even just now, that problem only I faced. It is just connecting. So again, I restarted my phone and I joined just now. Sorry for the delay, sir.
I think it's from WebEx server only, maybe. Most of the in the first hour also, B student, CSC B students are saying the same. I
Yes,
think,
sir. Even in our class, there was so much disturbance.
okay. Now it is okay. My voice is clear, right?
Yes, sir. It is. Yes, yes.
Okay. See, just now, like we started the class. Okay, don't just the, we are started this new concept functions. Okay, here function is a group of statements that we are by using those statements you are going to do some task. Suppose like if you have some large program is there. Okay, for that large program you are going to divide into some smaller programs. That small program you are saying that one function. Okay. See, as of now, we have seen some from many programs, like from starting onwards. In every program, we are writing one function, that is main function. Okay. Within the main function only, we are writing everything. Okay, we are executing some different programs. were executed, right? Okay, that means every C++ file consists at least one function, that is main function. You can write more than one function. If you are writing more than one functions means those you can define as a user defined function. Okay, here you have two types. One is library functions. Okay, one more is user defined functions. Library functions means these are the built-in functions which are defined by the developers, C++ developers. Okay, whenever you require these functions, you can directly use in your program. Okay, all the library functions are placed within the header file. Suppose like you have C string.h is there. You are using some string functions means you need to include that header file. Okay, like C string.h, string.h, okay, iostream.h, math.h. Okay, there are many libraries are available in C++. You are using those functions means you need to include that header file and you can directly use that function in your program. Okay, that case we have seen in strings concept, right? In strings concept, like we executed some predefined functions, built-in functions, like you have two strings, you are just concatenated by using one string concatenation function, strcat function. That is the library function. Okay, here we are not going to see all the library functions, just know what are library functions, that's it. But we'll mostly focus on this user defined function only. Okay, how you are going to declare one function. Okay, how you are going to define one function, then how you can use that function in your code, that we are going to see syntax to create any function. Okay, see, you are going to define one function. Okay, means like you are going to write some statement. Okay, you are going to give a name for that, then you are going to use that thing. Okay, here to define any function, any user defined function in your code, simply you need to follow this syntax. Syntax here it is return type. Okay, return type function name. Okay, then parameter list, within the parenthesis parameter list. Okay, what are the parameters you require? Okay, then just open this curly brace. Okay, then write the body of the function. Okay, this here return type will tell after performing some task, if you want to return any value. Okay, that will be tell by this return type. Okay, suppose I will give some example function name. You are going to add two numbers. Okay, for that I'm giving the name for that function is add. Okay, add. Within that I can pass two parameters because I'm going to add two numbers, right? Two parameters. Those two parameters I'm taking it as integer type. Okay, two integer values I'm adding by using this user defined function. Okay, here what I will write some body of this code. Okay, some code to perform that addition. We have some code, right? That code I will write within this body of this function. Okay, after doing that process, after performing that task, if you want to return any value, okay, if you want to return any value from this function, okay, which type of data you are going to return, that will be tell by this return type. Okay, suppose you are returning some integer value, here you need to mention return type as the int. Okay, suppose you are returning some character from this function, you need to take char as the return type here. Okay, this return type will tell, okay, which type of data you are going to return to the calling function. That should be tell by this return type. Okay, then function name. Okay, function name tells, okay, just this is the one identifier. Okay, just like variable name you are giving, right? In the same way, to identify the name of the function, you are going to give the function name. Okay, then parameter list. Okay, see, every function may take parameters, may not take parameters. You can pass any number of parameters or zero number of parameters here. Okay, based on your requirement. Suppose if you want to take some parameters, if you want to take some data from the calling function, you can mention the parameter list. If you see one example, you will get clear. Okay, but this parameter list you can take any number of, okay, based on your requirement. Okay, then body of the function will tell actual task that you are going to do here. Okay, see what this function will do, that should be, you need to write the code within this body of the function. Okay, these are the things while defining any function you need to follow. Okay, return type, okay, function name, parameter list. Okay, here I'm saying return type. Suppose your function is not returning any value, in that case simply take void is the return type. Okay, here you can see void. Okay, this void, what this void will do, it won't return any value. Okay, if you are taking some other data type, means you need to return that value. Suppose you are not returning any value, means just simply take this void as the keyword return type. Okay, this is about this defining a function. Okay, let's I will show one example here. Just see this syntax you need to follow, right? Return type, function name, parameter list, then body of the function. Okay, here I'm just writing return type is the int. Okay, function name is the add. Okay, then parameter list I'm passing. You can take n number of parameters here. Okay, some int a, okay, int b. Suppose two parameters I have taken. Okay, this is the like function. It is returning integer type data, and it is the function name is add. It has two parameters. These two parameters of type integer type. Okay, a and b. These are two parameters. Okay, here you need to write the body of the function. Okay, body of the function means the task that you are going to do, that you can mention here. In the form of statement, you are able to write the code here. Okay, the body of, coming to body of the code, here I am going to add these two numbers. For that I am declaring one variable c. Okay, within that c I am going to add two numbers a plus b and storing in c. Then you can print that here itself. Okay, or else if you see here, return type of this function is int. Okay, then simply you can return that value. C, C is the integer type data, right? That integer type data I'm returning from this function. Okay, suppose you are not returning any value here. Okay, suppose you are not returning any value from this function, means simply you can take void here. Void function name is add, taking two parameters, or like a and b. Then instead here you no need to return the value. Okay, if you are taking some return type, then you need to take the return statement. Okay, if you are taking void, means no need to take the return statement here, just print that value. Okay, here just I'm giving addition equals to, okay, print that c here. Okay, in this way you can define one function. This is the function definition. Function definition. Okay, how you can define a function? By using a return type, function name, parameter list. Okay, in some cases you don't take any parameter. Okay, zero parameters also it is valid. Okay, then body of the function. Okay, this is the function definition that you need to follow while defining any function. Okay, then you have function call. If you are defining a function, means, okay, it won't execute automatically. Okay, if you want to execute this function, okay, you need to call this function. Okay, if you want to execute this function, you need to call this function. Okay, so just you tell me, if I have a function, if I have a one C++ file, from where that execution is going to start. First statement, from where it is going to start. Tell me. which statement is going to execute first. Not in this file, in any file. Actual execution starts from where? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
If I compile any file, the first statement, the control is going to enter into one location. Where is that location? See, if you consider any C++ file or C file, the execution is going to start from main function, isn't it? If you consider any program, okay, C++ program, actual execution is going to start from main function. This is the main function, right? That's why in every C++ file, you are going to write this main function. Okay. Every C++ file consists this main function. Actually, execution starts from the main function only. Okay. After the control will enter into this main function. After entering into this main function, it is going to execute this first statement. Okay. For example, here I have one first statement before function call. One statement is there. Okay. This is going to execute. Okay. See, here I have the function definition, but this function definition won't be executed first. It will look for the main function, then it is going to execute the first statement which is present within the main function. Then I want to execute this function, user defined function. Then how you can? Simply you need to call this function, okay, from main function. Who will call this main function? Compiler only will call this main function, okay. Then control will move to this main function and it will start execution, okay, step by step. First statement, second statement, third statement, like that. Okay. See, here I have one first statement, this cout statement. It is going to printed in the output. Then I want to call this function. Okay. If you want to use this function in your code, just call this function by using function name. Okay. By using function name, you can call that function. Suppose this function is expecting any parameter. Okay. Those values you can pass from. Okay. This is the function call. If you want to use this code in your main function, okay, just call that function from main. Call that function from main function. You can now the control is directly move from this statement to directly it will move to here where the function definition is available. Oh, suppose this is the add function, okay, this is the call function call. Okay, if you call this function add, directly control is moved to this function definition. So this is the function definition that is available in your file. Okay, then it will execute this code. Okay, then it will execute this code. After executing this code, the control again it will come back after this function call. Okay, suppose after this function call you have any statements, okay, those statements are executed. Okay, if you see here, this one is the first statement. After executing this one, you have function call. Okay, once you see this function call, the control is directly moved to function definition. Okay, where the function it may be having here or somewhere. Okay, it will look for the function definition. Okay, then it will execute that and function body. Okay, it will execute that function body. After executing entire code, the control again come back to this function call. Okay, after this function call, whatever the statements you have, those statements are going to execute. Okay, see, uh, this program I'm saving. Before that, you need to include these header files, right? Hash include IO stream. Okay, then namespace. Standard input out. Okay, then this is the function definition. This is the main function. Execution starts from the main function. It will execute this first statement. Then you have function call. If you see this function call, it will look for the function definition. Okay, then it will execute the entire code. After executing the function, it is going to, that control is going to back to this function call. Then it is going to execute the remaining statements present within this main function. Okay, let's save this file. Okay, here I'm saving in C++ examples. Functions is one like one folder. There I will give add function. Add function is my file name .cpp. Okay, see, I'm going to compile this file. Let's see how it will work. I think it is compiled. Okay, now I'm running this file. Now you can see this is the output you got. Let's see. Just a second. Better I will give one endl here. Okay, now see the output. See how it is executed. First, it will control will come into this main function and it will execute the first statement present within the main function. Okay, before function call, the same thing is printed here. Okay, then here you have function call. Okay, add some parameters, some values you are passing, right? Directly control will jump to where the function definition is available. Then these values 20 and 30, 20 is going to store in A, 30 is going to store in B. Then it will enter into this, it will execute this entire code. Okay, here it is going to add two numbers A plus B, resultant is stored in C. I'm just printing that C here. Okay, addition equals to C. Okay, here you can see addition equals to that resultant value, it is printed. Okay, then after executing entire code, the control is come back to this function call again. Okay, after this function call, if you have any statements, those statements are going to execute. Here you can see after this one, after the function call. Okay, after function call, one message, it is printed. Clear this how it is like executing? First,
Yes, sir.
this first control is come to this main function. It will starts execution. Okay, first statement, second statement, third statement, like that. Okay, here you have first statement, this thing. After that, you have function call. If you are seeing any function call in your program, directly control will move to function definition. Then it will execute the entire code. After executing that code, it will come back to the function call only. Okay, after this function call, you have any code. If you have any statements, those statements are going to execute. Okay, in this way, this program is going to execute. Okay, just remember, every C++ file, actual execution starts from the main function only. Okay, this is the elementary question. Okay, remember that. Then you have, for example, in C language, whether you remembered or not, if you are defining any like function, before you are using that function, before you are defining that function, you need to declare that function, right? Okay, in C language, you need to declare that function first. Then only you can use that function in your code. But in C++, no need to declare that. When when you need you no need to declare that function means, suppose if you are writing your function definition before the function call, okay, before the function call in your file, before the function call, if you are writing that function definition, then no need to like declare that function. Suppose if I write this function definition, okay, if I write this function definition after the function call, okay, after this main function, if I write the, what happens, just a second, I will call and paste here. Okay, this is the main function. Before this function call, if you're here, if you write before this function call, no need to declare this function. Okay, if you are writing function definition after the function call, okay, this is the function call. After the function call, if you are writing the function definition after the function call, that means in that case you need to declare that function. The same code, if I compile, okay, it is going to give the error. Okay, now you can see here the error is occurred. Okay, actually that error process is not visible here. I think something happened. I will show that error also. In the next class I will show that something happened for my this editor. I will rectify it. Okay, but here you are going to get the error while calling that function. You are going to get that error. Okay, because the function definition is available after the function call. In that case you need to declare that function. Okay, let's see, this is the defining a function. Okay, then function declaration. Okay, see, a function declaration tells the compiler about a function name and how to call the function. Okay, the actual body of the function can be defined separately. Okay, see how for our program you need to declare that function like this. Okay, return type, function name, parameter list, then semicolon. Here you don't write any body of this function. This is similar to function definition only, but in function definition you will write the body of the code, but in declaration, okay, you won't write any code. Okay, just you will declare that function, return type, function name, parameter list. Okay, see, for this function how you can declare that file, that function. Okay, before that, before using that function, okay, you should just declare, okay, based on your just like function definition only. Here same thing only, but here you don't write body of the file. Okay, just simply you can give the semicolon. Here you don't write the body. This is the function declaration. This is the function declaration. Okay, this is the function call, and this one is the function definition. Okay, if you are defining your function after the function call, okay, in that case you need to declare the function. Okay, this means while compiling you are telling the compiler that this function I am going to use in my code. Okay, simply you are telling to the compiler that this particular function I am going to use in my code. Okay, because once the compiler comes to here, okay, it won't see that function declaration. In that case it is giving the error. Okay, for that, before that only, if you declare that function, the compiler won't see any error. Directly it will search for the function definition. Function declaration is already available, then directly it will look for the definition, then it will execute this code. Then it will execute this code and it will return the, after executing entire code, it will come back to the function call and it will execute the remaining statement. Okay, see, for the previous I have just added this function declaration. Okay, now see, if I compile and execute this code, it won't give any error. It will give the output as you see in the previous case. Now you can see before function call, print a function call. This is the function call, right? Directly control will come here and it will execute this code. Okay, it is print that value addition equals to 50. Then control back to this function call and it will execute this after the function call. Okay, in this way execution is going to happen. Okay, just remember, if you are writing your function definition after the function call, in that case you need to declare your function. Okay, this function declaration is similar to function definition only, but here you don't write the any body. Okay, here these parameters, okay, these parameters are also not mandatory. Okay, you can remove these things. Okay, just but type of the data is mandatory. Okay, which type of data you are going to take as parameter, that you can mention. Okay, if I execute this now, this is also valid. Okay, it is executed. Parameter names are not mandatory, but which type of data you are going to access, that is mandatory. Okay, to clear this. See, what is function declaration, what is this function call, and what is this function definition. Okay, you should know the difference. Okay, function definition means here you are going to write the function body. Declaration means you won't write any function body, just you are going to declare. This is also if you are writing this code before this function call, means no need to declare the function also. If you are writing this function definition after the function call, in that case you need to declare the function. Okay, then how you can call that function? Simply by using function name. Okay, function name, if it is expecting any parameters, you can write like this. Okay, here you can see it is expecting two parameters, right? Then how these two values are going to store into this a and b. Okay, see, this 20 is going to store in a. Okay, this 30 is going to store in b. Okay, 20a into b means it is expecting two integer data. Okay, whatever the data you are sending, okay, in function call. Okay, this 20 is going to store in a and this 30 is going to store in b. Then here the two values are available, a and b. Okay, here you can see a plus b means it is going to add two numbers and then it will store the result here. Then simply you are printing the message that value here. Okay, if you see within this example also, okay, I have the function declaration. Here I am going to find the maximum of two numbers. Okay, or like it is going to return the like maximum value. Okay, you can see this int is the return type. Okay, max is the function name. It is taking two parameters, one is num1 and num2. Okay, why I have declared this function? Here the function definition is available after the main function. This is the main function, this is the function definition. Okay, after the function call, this definition is available. For that I have declared this function. Then within the main function we have two local variables, okay, a and b, 20 sorry 100 and 20. I have another variable result value. Okay, now observe, here I am calling the function maximum of a comma b. Okay, you are passing two values here, a value and b value. A consists 100, b consists 200. Okay, these two values, this a and b, a is going to store in num1. Okay, b is going to store in num2. This is the function definition. Okay, a value is going to store in num1, b value is going to store num2. Okay, this is a function call, right? Control is directly move to here and it will execute this thing. Okay, here you have result into one result variable is there. Okay, here you are checking which one is the like maximum. Okay, n1 is greater than n2 means here number one is the larger. else number 2 is the larger. Here just we are simply returning the result. Okay, when you can return this value if the return type, okay, here you can see return type of this function is int. Here you are taking the return type as int, then you can return some value. Which type of value it is? Integer type value only. Okay, you are returning some value means this, here the function call is there, right? Okay, it get that result. Okay, it will get that return value and it will store within the variable, result variable. Okay, here the value, whatever the value you are returning, that value is going to store in left side variable here. Okay, if you print that variable here, simply you can print like this. In the previous, in our example, I have taken it as void, but here I have taken it as return type, integer type return. Okay, after executing this code, it is returning some value which is of type integer. Okay, that integer value is storing within this variable ret. Okay, already we have declared this function, right? You can see here this function ret already is there, which is also integer type. Within this, the result returned value you are storing. Okay, you can see here. Now within this you have the maximum value. Simply you can print like this. Okay, in this way, like the functions are going to interact with each other. Okay, from main function I'm interacting with the user defined function by using function call. Okay, this function is returning some value to the main function. Okay, here you can simply retrieve that value and you can store into one variable. Okay, clear this? This is the function call and function definition and declaring a function. Okay, next we have function arguments is there. Function arguments means here you are mentioning some parameters, right? Here while calling the function also you are sending some value. Okay, these we can call it as arguments. Okay, we have formal arguments and actual arguments are there. That concept we will see in the next class. Okay, if you see this your syllabus, or like parameter passing, that we will see default arguments and inline functions and recursive functions. Simple concepts only. If you understand how you are calling and how you are defining your function means, it is very easy. Okay, today we have seen only introduction like about the function. In the next class we will see the remaining topics. Parameter passing means arguments only. Okay, you are, while calling you are sending some values, right? How you will pass that value. Okay, that we will see in the next class. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Rahman is present today. Rahman only 5:45. Rahman, can you take one screenshot? Rahman. Rahman, are you there?
Sir.
Okay, or else someone take the attendance and forward to me. Okay, just take that screenshot and send to me. That's all for today. Okay, we'll meet in the tomorrow's class. Thank you.